Alright guys, so we're in the my personal opinion section of the video now. In case you couldn't have picked up on earlier, my weapon of choice when shit hits the fan, and pretty much my go-to gun for everything, is the Glock 20 10mm auto. Now, I'm a big, decently big guy. I'm 6'3", 200 pounds. I have big enough hands. I can carry the full-size frame. I can carry it on my person, and it doesn't look conspicuous, if that's what I choose to do or not choose to do. I carry it when I go hiking. I can manage the recoil just fine. It has the best terminal ballistics. There's just nothing like the 10mm. If you haven't shot one, I suggest you get your hands on one. It kicks like a beast, like an absolute mule. But this pretty little girl right here, she's my belle of the ball. Nothing stops a 10mm, guys. And when I was talking earlier about versatility and transition, this is good in any urban environment, and it's good in any field environment. The 10mm is actually one of the only semi-automatic handgun rounds, I believe, that you are authorized to hunt with, or that you could hunt with. It's big enough to knock down boar, for people taking down deer. This is a 200 grain slug, and they make aftermarket barrels by Lone Wolf where you can shoot 230 grain slugs. And the ballistics for those are quite incredible. They're made by Buffalo Bore and Double Tap Ammunitions. The stock Glock barrel really can only handle the 200 grain slugs. After that, it starts lending itself to leading. Gets a little bit of a wobble effect going on. Hickok 45 did a video on it. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the section below. So, like I said, the 10mm will basically go through anything. As I said earlier, I mentioned obstacles, and the FBI did tests. They cited over penetration and recoil. It'll go through, they've done tests, it'll go through a car door into the person, and then out of that person, and sometimes into the other person, the passenger. It'll go through fire doors. There's lots of tests out there you can look at. There's not much that stops the 10mm. It'll knock you down wearing soft body armor to your feet, knock the wind out of you. It'll definitely handle itself in any situation. There's really nothing you can hide behind from it. It's almost guaranteed to be a one-shot stop. That's the name of the game with the 10mm. Sorry. There's Brass Fetcher has a bunch of videos on it. Science-y videos. If you really want to get into ballistics, sheer number of games, the 10mm really shines when we're talking about semi-automatic pistols. They compare its ballistics to the 41 and the 44 Magnum and revolvers. This is a 15-round magazine, guys, of 10mm. There's not much. I don't know why that 15 is not poking in there. I'm pretty sure they're all loaded in. But there's not much, to say about it other than it's an amazing caliber. Like I said, if in the shit hits the fan situation, this is my bug out gun as well. I can go out to the woods. I can hunt with this. I can defend myself. They issued this, to Alaskan troopers and whatnot. It's been known to be able to take down bears. Brown bears, guys. It's a really neat caliber. If you don't, if money's not an option, they're about $700. And you think you can manage the recoil, and this is a large mag well, let me get my hand in there so you guys can see. If you get your hands on one, rent one at your local firearms place if they do that. It's your shooting range. But I suggest it. I basically equate it to the AK-47 of the pistol world. There's not much that stops a Glock, and there's definitely not much that stops at 10mm. So that's my personal opinion on what the best pistol would be for across the board numbers. Alright guys, so that's the end of our video. If you wouldn't mind, liking, commenting, and subscribing down below, I'd really appreciate it. Trying to get a decent channel going here. Upload more content. Our next video I'm going to cover is going to be casual draw stances and carry options for do's and don'ts of clothing and accessories maybe you have or haven't thought of, that could make the difference in a life or death situation. It's always mere moments that separate those people telling the stories from the people having stories told about them. It's mere moments. So anything I feel that can let you get the edge up, is something we should spread the word on. And we'll also maybe go over some scenarios where you're out in public, do's and don'ts of where you want to sit, don't want to sit, what you want to do or don't want to do. We'll just go over some general things, spread some knowledge, and we'll see how it goes. This is Big Dog for Big Dog Survival School, and thanks for watching, guys.